Hello, hello. For those watching on public access television here in southern Dane County or watching on the YouTube channel, you have tuned in to an OCA Media production of Oregon high school sports. OCA Media is proud to bring you this exciting varsity hockey action between the Oregon Panthers and the Waupaca Comets, live from the Oregon Ice Arena. This exclusive broadcast of Panther hockey is brought to you with the financial support of these fine sponsors of OCA Media, starting with the Village of Oregon. Oregon is a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. The membership dues that Oregon high school families pay, and anybody can pay, and become a member of the Booster Club, is used to support Oregon student athletes and athletic programs. Consider becoming a booster today. The Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition, working to ensure a safer, more nurturing community for young people to thrive. One Community Bank, Shackelford Heating and Cooling, Stoughton Health, J.L. Richards Prime Meats and Catering, and Wisco Industries are additional sponsors of OCA Media. OCA Media is a nonprofit organization, so if you enjoy watching these broadcasts, please consider becoming a sustaining member or become a sponsor of Panther Sports on OCA. You can visit the website, ocamedia.com, and get all sorts of information there, as well as access to the amazing programming that OCA Media puts together. More than just sports, anything community related, you can find it on OCA Media. You know, a good way to describe OCA Media is think of PBS, public broadcasting, but on a local community level. All right, every year, OCA Media streams hundreds of local events and original programming related to the community. So we certainly hope you enjoy these efforts, bringing you everything you could ever want related to Oregon. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, please subscribe and get those notifications whenever we stream another exciting live Panther sporting event. And how many local events do you think OCA Media has streamed this past year? 100, maybe 200? Believe it or not, OCA Media streamed over 300 events in the past year. In addition to that, OCA Media trains and hires Oregon high school students to help cover the many events that the Village has to offer. And that includes the fine camera work tonight of Miles breaking in a new tripod. Oh, the lights are going to dim, and the players are about to come out on the ice. So let's talk a little bit about the season here. Oregon hockey off to a fast 2-0 start. They beat Madison West 2-1 last Friday night, and the Baraboo Portage Co-op on Tuesday evening 9-5. Junior Deacon Johnson got the wins in both games, seeing his first varsity action. He got 15 saves against Madison West in the tight 2-1 game. The Regents started the scoring in the first period. Junior Drew Mendick with the goal, but Oregon tied it up in the second off the stick of Keaton DiMartino. Kitty, as he's known by his teammates, got the power play equalizer, assisted by senior defenseman Jack Klun. Oh, the lights are out, and I don't have a flashlight to check my notes, so let's just jump ahead. The game-winning goal in the third period was Dawson Peterson, assisted by Ethan Dish. The Oregon does have a very senior-laden team. I think all four names, both the goals and both the assists on the season opening win, all came from seniors. 12 seniors on this squad. I believe 6 juniors, including junior goaltender Deacon Johnson. I believe Deacon will be getting the start tonight for the third straight game. There's 2 younger goalies on the roster. Sophomore Tyson Benjamin and freshman Evan Sweeney. They combined earlier tonight to shut out the Waupaca's JV team in a 3-0 win. Both goalies, they did the old second period switch, so they both played about half the game. And now the players are coming out on the ice. The Panthers are wearing the white sweaters and the orange breezer covers, while Waupaca's in the dark blue with the red and white trim. They're patriotic colors for the Comets. You know, the Waupaca boys got to ride down on a nice charter bus tonight, but they get that for every road game because in their conference they have to go 2-3 hours sometimes to make it up to Tomahawk, Minocqua, Eagle River. I think they have to go about 2 hours for any conference game, and they're doing about the same for this non-conference action tonight. So I'm going to turn the mic up so we can hear our public address announcer, Sean Peterson, give us the starting lineups.
At defense, a junior, number 24, Blake Jones. At defense, a junior, number 91, Parker Saunders. At forward, a senior, number 7, Colin Lockwood. At forward, a senior, number 18, Lee Hines. At forward, a senior, number 40, Thomas Thiel. The Waupaca Comets are coached by Forrest Wright. And now, for your Oregon Panthers. The year 2019 is Johnson. At the defense of senior number 8, Trey Zerlich. At the defense of senior number 15, Desmond Kingsley. At forward, senior number 4, James Sherman. At forward, senior number 9, Ethan Fish. At forward, senior number 10, Boston Pearson. The Panthers are coached by Hefty, Carl, Austin Rich. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please remove your hats and stand if you are able for the play of our national anthem.
All right, we are about ready for some hockey. Okay, just in case you missed it, the Oregon's going to start Junior Deacon Johnson in net, and the other 5 announced starters are all seniors: defenseman Desmond Kingsley and Trey Zerwick, and forwards James Shervin, Ethan Dish, and Dawson Peterson. If you followed this team in the past, you'll know that James Shervin is the leading returning scorer and both goal scorer and point scorer from last year's squad. Dawson Peterson was the leading assist man. We'll see what kind of chemistry they can cook up with senior Ethan Dish, who was part of a really productive Oregon power play last year. We have this. Oh, it's on a different page of my notes. Bear with me, folks. Last year, Oregon's power play scored 30 total goals, 28 in the regular season, 2 in the playoffs, led by Owen Tauschik, the departed, now freshman at the University of Wisconsin. Not playing hockey there, I don't believe, but he was a dominant force on the power play last year with 11 goals. Ethan Dish, who will handle this face-off, was out there with him on the PP1 last year. Well, so far, Oregon, after winning the face-off, the defenseman work it around. The puck into the zone off the stick of Ethan Dish, but Waupaca is going to get that, send it all the way down for an early icing 14 seconds into the game. Oh yeah, I didn't start it here. That's all right. Thank you, Miles, for reminding me of my mini duties up here. So Oregon's going to keep the same 5 out there, and I'm just going to let this clock run until we get to about 46, and then I'll stop it and restart it. Okay. Desmond Kingsley with the puck, letting her rip a little bit wide and bounces off the backboards. Ethan Dish fighting for it. It's going to come out to Trey Zerwick near the blue line. Oregon trying to dump it back down and work with it. Coming back out to Zerwick. He lets a shot rip high and wide. Dawson Peterson, the first man to it. He gets the puck over to Ethan Dish. Almost turns it over. Zerwick with a good job keeping the puck in Oregon's possession. Battling for it down in the corner. Waupaca's going to have a chance to get it out of the zone, and they do. Looking for the puck at center ice is Lockwood, taken away by senior defenseman Jack Clun. He sends it down deep for Oregon. Let's see what Preston Crom can do. Preston Crom coming off a 5-goal game against Baraboo on Tuesday night. Obviously leading the team in scoring. That didn't take long at all. The Oregon goal scored by Dawson Peterson with the backhander, finding that loose puck in front of the net. And he goes over to the Studi to celebrate. Oh, okay. Thank you, Miles. We got the goal on the board. Dawson Peterson coming over to the bench to give his high fives. Give him a +1 along with Crom and Knut Lee and Jack Clun. Now Dawson, he's going to take a seat and get a little rest as Crom stays out there with DiMartino and Yachman, the forward line. Clun and Knut Lee, I'll probably call him Nut most of the time. That's what teammates call him, affectionately. Oh, we have a loose glove that Knut just lost there. Good block down low by a Waupaca defenseman to prevent that shot. That was Finn McGuire doing some good work. All right, Lee trying to maintain a puck. Oh, my goodness. McGuire just lost his stick. I'm sorry, just broke his stick. Here's Jack Clun bringing it into the zone for Oregon. Nowhere to go. He takes a shot, loses the puck. Some good work on the checking by Waupaca. And Oregon looking to change it up. As Peterson's back on the ice. Crom and Shervin on a bit of a rush, but taken away. We're calling a, we're calling a trip on that. This will be an interesting call. Who's going to the box here? I think there's going to be a power play coming up for Waupaca as Preston Crom getting a tripping call. I mean, he had his stick out there looking like he was about to trip somebody, but it had absolutely no effect. He was just kind of skating by, but it's all right. So the first penalty of the night goes to sophomore sensation Preston Crom. Again, in Oregon's 9-5 win over Baraboo earlier this week, Crom had 5 goals. Ethan Dish with a hat trick And the 9th goal, and what wound up being the official game-winning goal, went to Desmond Kingsley, who also had an assist. 2 assists in that game for Keaton DiMartino, as a lot of guys got in the score sheet. Some guys getting their first ever high school points. I know Carson Ryberg got his first, and I think everybody else had some just added on to their totals from previous years. Here's Shervin with the puck on the penalty kill. He's going to whip it around down low behind the net. Ethan Dish on the forecheck, forcing a errant pass, collected by Trey Zerwick, trying to get it up ice. Waupaca couldn't do much with a man in the zone, didn't want to be offside, so they're just going to dump and change. Desmond Kingsley for Oregon with the puck. He's going to send it all the way down, just wide of the net. Drew Yachman's going to be the first guy to it for Oregon. He's going to skate it out of the zone and kill some more time. Gets it back to Jack Klun, very talented senior defenseman. Klun sends it all the way up ice. Waupaca unable to get much going. Under a minute left on this power play. Dawson Peterson getting the puck for Oregon and wasting some more time. Now Waupaca gets it into the zone. Big number 97. That's my buddy from pregame. Reed Rogers, 6'4", 210-pound sophomore, as Deacon Johnson collects a save. A power play shot from close to the blue line. Deacon's up to the task. But we're going to have a face-off in front of them with 29 seconds left on the power play and 13:21 left in the first period. Noah Fleming trying to win that face-off for Waupaca. Unable to, and Oregon gets it out of the zone. Oh, thanks. Dawson Peterson, the first man to the puck. A good centering attempt, but nobody home. Oregon on the penalty kill is playing it safe. Dawson checks Fleming into the boards. Peterson going for another hit. No, he decides to use his stick. A nice poke check. Sets it free. James Shervin with the puck for Oregon. Unable to get it out of the zone. Good job by Hines keeping it in. But Shervin's going to get another shot. This time he's just going to take it and go as the penalty's over. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Shervin looking for an opening. He's going to keep the puck, wait for his reinforcements to arrive. Dumps it down low, taken away by Waupaca. And the Comets clear the zone, but gloved and dropped by Jack Klun. He gets it up to Barrett Anderson, senior forward. The lefty throwing it in deep, given pursuit. Waupaca sends the puck all the way down the ice. There's not going to be an icing as an Oregon player was close and could have touched that one. Now here's Jack Klun, number 5. Gets it up ahead, right to the stick of Barrett Anderson. B.A. looking for the shot. And it's saved by Carson Jamieson. We haven't talked about Carson Jamieson. He's haven't talked about Waupaca. I didn't get a chance. They're off to a good start as well. They're off to a 3-1 start. They lost their debut to the Fox City Stars 8-1. But since then, back-to-back shutout wins. And then another impressive performance in only giving up 1 goal in their 3rd straight win. So Carson Jamieson, he's on a hot streak. We'll see if Oregon's able to get anything past him. And here we go. Kingsley trying to get that puck out of there. Good shot and save made by Deacon Johnson on the point-blank shot by Rogers. Oh, puck's loose in front of the net again. Trey Zerwick getting to this one. He skates it out of the zone, a tall defenseman. Dumps it down low, and Oregon's going to be able to change some guys up. Drew Yachman let that one get away from him here. Waupaca's coming the other way, but a 1-on-3 isn't going to work. Good hustle by Dawson Peterson to get down there and help his teammates out. But everybody for Oregon, the puck is just bouncing off their stick down here on the defensive end. Timmy Grice trying to put the lumber in on Hines. Both men go down. Hines gives Grice a little extra shot. Grice, one of the 4 senior defensemen out here for Oregon. A lot of experience. Hey, if you're close by, why watch the game on TV or YouTube? Come on down to the rink and check out all these wonderful senior banners. 12 skaters and 2 team managers. Takes up half the wall in this place. Nice pass by Shervin up to Dish, and the defenseman slips. Oh! Oh, and Dish puts it away. Beautiful pass by Shervin. Great finish by Dish. And I did say defenseman. Rogers plays a little bit of forward, but he lost an edge there, and Dish was able to get right past him. And the scoring has started here. As we have Dish from Shervin. All right, we're back. Oregon, the really good offensive start. They need to buckle down on defense and keep the momentum going. Waupaca looking for a spark to get him going here, as Oregon has done a really good job maintaining the puck, getting the puck down deep. Happy to cycle it right now and keep some fresh bodies on the ice. Drew Yachman keeping it in the zone. His shot was blocked and sent to the near side, recovered by Preston Crom. His shot saved by Jamison. Crom's going to get another shot, touches the puck over to the assistant captain, Dawson Peterson. He's going to bring it up to the point. Canute Lee. Yeah, it's a lot easier to just say Nut. Nut with a shot that goes wide. Here's Keaton DiMartino, Kitty, as his teammates affectionately call him. Oh, Drew Yachman, Yak, working that puck down low. And here Waupaca is going to gather that one out of the corner and bring it up ice. A bit of a 3-on-2 odd man rush, but they are offside. That was a good opportunity if Waupaca could have got it in the zone and got it to the near side here. The puck was on the far side, and there was a guy with nobody within 20 yards of him. A little bit of stick fighting. Kellen Shavy in the game for Oregon. Out there with Barrett Anderson and Braden Osterhaus. Two juniors and a senior here on what's been the third line early in the year for Oregon. Both teams battling for that puck down by the net. Desmond Kingsley keeping it in the zone for the Panthers. If you're just tuning in, the Oregon Panthers are in their whites and orange today, and the Waupaca Comets are in the dark blue with red and white trim. Going from your right to left, and here they come with the puck, and that was an offside again. Team captain Nate Hines just getting a little eager. Brought the puck up, decided to unselfishly give it to his teammate, but maybe didn't quite have the angle on the pass that he wanted. So Dish, Peterson, and Shervin back out. Battling for that puck in front of the benches. But Waupaca is going to come up with a big hit by Trey Zerwick on Reed Rogers. The two biggest kids on the ice colliding right there. Now Dawson Peterson with a perfect pass to James Shervin. He's got Dish coming up on his, the guys switch spots, but now Dish going for the puck in the corner. He's got Shervin and Kingsley up both on the boards behind him. Tries to get it over to Dawson Peterson. Not quite enough on the pass. Too many sticks in the way, but Shervin there to recover. Kingsley trying a centering pass. Too much blue in the middle, so it's coming all the way back out to Trey Zerwick. He gets it down low to Dawson Peterson. Back to Trey. Back to Dawson. A little two-man game. Dawson trying to get fancy with the puck. Oh, a great centering pass. Shervin shot. I'm not sure if the goalie saved that or if a player blocked it. There was a lot of traffic in front of the net. All the way back out. Kingsley going to backhand a pass up to Dawson, who turns, gets it to Dish. Here's another chance for Oregon as they change. Dish going to pursue, battling two Comets down low. Shervin coming in, stealing that puck. Stealing it away from Hines. Nice move by Shervin. Backhand shot, save made by Jamison. Another save made by Jamison on the rebound attempt by a man with the C on his chest, Ethan Dish. Jack Clunn from distance with a nice rip and a save made by Jamison. He's going to hold on to this one. You can't rattle this kid. He's a good young goalie. Well, I should say he's a senior, but good enough to wear the assistant captain A on his sweater. Of course, the Oregon Panthers had that last year. Nicholas Couillard was one of the team captains. Mr. Couillard in the house today. I'm not sure if Nick is or if he's down in Platteville. Hopefully not out. I don't think he's much of a drinker. Oh, a bad slash behind the play. I didn't see what preceded it, but it looks like they might send them both to the box. I'm not sure what Jack Clunn did, but in retaliation, a wicked baseball swing slash off the stick of Colin Lockwood, senior forward for the Comets. Both Clunn and Lockwood are going to the box. Looks like a roughing and a slashing. No, a tripping and a slashing. Okay. We're going to play 5-on-5 hockey as the minor penalties are matched up on Clunn and Lockwood. So the 5-on-5 hockey. Hines bringing it into the zone for Waupaca. Stolen by Desmond Kingsley. He gets it up to Keaton DiMartino. Kitty over to Crom. Preston Crom gets off a nice shot. Kicked over to the corner by Jamison. Racking up the saves. Oregon did get about 40 shots on goal against West. I can check my notes and get you the exact number. That was Benji in net for the Regents. Did a good job racking up the saves. And here we go. McGuire's going to possess this puck behind the net and get it out on the near side boards as Waupaca looks to put one on the board. Control lost. Freshman defenseman Nicholas Schroeder out there. Schrader. I'm sorry, Nick. Grice dumping it down from just outside the red line. Stopped by Saunders to prevent the icing. That puck gets past Nicholas. So Timmy Grice going to go back and gather that. He gets it up to Carson Ryberg. Ryberg had a nice game in the JV performance. Got a goal for the Panthers today. Junior defenseman. Played in his first varsity game on Tuesday against Baraboo and managed to tally his first point. You know, when you score 9 goals, a lot of guys getting on the score sheet. 9 different Panthers notched an assist on Tuesday. Keaton DiMartino had 2. Kingsley and Clunn had assists. Yachman, Shervin, Zerwick, Ryberg, Shavy. A lot of guys racking them up. Good team effort. And this puck's going to come down. Desmond Kingsley in pursuit. He's going to get it over to Trey Zerwick. Zerwick with the touch pass, gets it up to Dawson Peterson at center ice. That worked out well. Peterson waiting for some reinforcements. He's going to bring it behind the net. Take it to the office where he works best. Ooh, shot by Peterson, trying a tough angle shot off the blocker, off the leg pad, I should say, of Carson Jamison. Oregon's going to reload. Nice pass from Zerwick to Peterson. Peterson with the puck. Putting a fancy move on Chicky. That's how I was told it was pronounced. I looked at it and thought it was Sitchy, but I was told Chicky by the Waupaca players, so I'm going with it. If they're playing a prank on me, I apologize, but it was a good discussion with a couple of the Comet varsity players during the JV game. Nice kids. Here's Dish bringing it into the zone. He's got DiMartino. Little pass to DiMartino in front of the net. Tried to redirect it past the goaltender. Save made. Oh, I think, no, that was just an offside call, but we are going to get Nutt on the trip. Canute Lee, junior defenseman. He's going to go join Clunn in the box, but Clunn's coming out. The 2 minutes has expired. Of course, if you have matching minors or even a misconduct penalty, you don't get to come out of the ice when your penalty's over. You have to wait till a stoppage in play. And Jack Clunn's going to head over to the bench and get ready for his next shift. Out there right now, Zerwick and Kingsley on defense. Yachman and Preston Crom. The rest of the penalty killers. Here comes Kingsley bringing it into the zone. Shot gets through, save made. Preston Crom tried to get a shot off with a man all over him. Couldn't quite get it on net. Kingsley, puck comes to him, center ice. He dumps it down. Crom giving chase. But the Comets in dark blue are going to get there first. Good job on the penalty kill, though, preventing Waupaca from getting anything going here. Lockwood's not able to get to that pass off the boards. Zerwick with a good job there to get the puck, and second to knock a man down. Kingsley's he's not gonna clear that one because it hit the official, bounced off his chest. Maybe his back shoulder would be a little more accurate. But on the second attempt, Kingsley dumps it down, and Oregon penalty killers are gonna switch out. 1 minute left on the power play. And the man, number 27, Emmerich Trebetowski, bringing that puck into the zone for Waupaca. Some good pressure by the Panthers defenders, preventing a power play shot. Finn McGuire digging that puck out of the corner, trying to get it up, get something started for the Comets. But Timmy Grice is there to upset that scoring chance, knock it out of the zone. James Shervin with a steal, the king of the shorthanded goal. He's looking for another one. And instead, Shervin with a little bit of a collision with number 91, Parker Saunders, and the net comes flying off. So we're going to have a stoppage with 2:16 left in the first period. 24 seconds left on the man advantage for the Comets. Not able to generate too many shots here on this power play or throughout the period. This is a good defensive effort by the Panthers. I'm sure that was a priority for the coaching staff to address after giving up 5 goals against the Baraboo Portage team, which, by the way, that's a high-scoring team. All their games, they score 4 or 5 goals, and, unfortunately for those guys, most of their games, they're giving up 6 or 7 goals. 9 against Oregon, and I think 8 against Fox. No, that was Waupaca that played these guys. Back to action. Preston Crom going 1-on-4. Taken down by the defender, Saunders. And that's Jack Klun for Oregon, breaking up the rush, sending the puck back into the defensive end for Waupaca. There's Yachman with a steal. Nutt coming out of the penalty box, and he's getting right into the action. He's playing some defense. Jack Klun taken down with by Rogers. Rogers put his both hands on Klun's helmet and took him down, and then as Klun was trying to get up, he got taken down again. We'll see if that becomes an issue. I mean, those two, there've been some decent hits. That was about the only thing I've seen so far that was borderline. Rogers just tried to put Desmond Kingsley into the hallway and knock him through the boards, but Kingsley dodged that big hit. So Rogers got the size. Again, 6'4", 210. Crom shot gets through. He nutmegged Saunders, but the save was made by Jamison. 1 minute left in the period. There's Lockwood trying to get past Kingsley. Good defense by the senior, number 15. Lockwood taking DiMartino down behind the play. Shot blocked by McGuire off the stick of Preston Crom. Dawson Peterson coming in, trying to get past a few blue shirts, unable to. Well, that counts as a save there for Deacon Johnson. Trey Zerwick was trying to get the icing call, and the ref immediately waved it off as Zerwick was there and could have made a play on the puck. That puck's up and bouncing up in the air as James Shervin battling with, who's that down there? Maybe Parker Saunders? No, battling with Danny Chicky. Peterson getting knocked to the ice as he was battling for that puck with, 51 looking for the blow. Mason Edmonds, sophomore forward, he's trying to do some damage. And the net comes off again on James Shervin's attack. He got in close for the point blank shot. Save was made. Oh, hey, there's 5 seconds left, folks. By golly, I'm going to put that 5 seconds on the board. Want some accuracy. We haven't been accurate for the last 2 minutes. Oh, I hit set for that and update for the rest. Okay. It's been a while. First game of the year. I forgot how all these magic buttons work. And we're not going to see anything happen in these final 5 seconds. So we're going to go into the first intermission with the Oregon Panthers with a 2-goal lead over the Waupaca Comets. Yeah, we'll get this reset here. Oh no. And let's see. Let me find the magic second period button. There we go. Do I need to hit update again for that? No? Okay. All right. So where were we? I hope you enjoyed this first period here in this OCA Media production of Oregon Panther hockey. Good start for the Panthers, getting 2 goals on the board. And Deacon Johnson making every save that came his way. A lot of pressure that Oregon was able to put on Carson Jamieson. When I get the save totals for the period, I'll give those to you. So we talked a little bit about Oregon's victory over Madison West and their victory over the Baraboo Portage team. I tell you what, Oregon had the advantage in age with all the seniors out there and a lot of juniors as well. So far, the Panthers, in terms of the skaters, have played 2 freshmen, defenseman Nicholas Schroeder and forward James Mueller, and sophomore Preston Crom. Otherwise, everybody else, all the other forwards and defensemen for the Panthers have been upperclassmen. And that age advantage definitely helped against Baraboo, but they are an explosive team. As I mentioned, they've been scoring a lot of goals, and they're pretty young. It's all sophomores and juniors with a couple of freshmen as well. So good things in the future, I think, I think they go by Thunderbirds. They wear the Baraboo colors and they play in the Baraboo rink. They have about, I think, 4 Portage kids, 4 or 5, including a guy named Wagner. He's one to look out for. He's got some good quicks. And then the goalie, Arnold, and his brother, forward Arnold. Very productive team. So look forward to seeing those guys in the years to come. So let's see. Let's talk about Waupaca to start the year. As I mentioned, they're off to a 3-1 start. They opened the season against the Fox City Stars, and that was a 1-8 loss. But after that, they beat the Sheboygan Red Raiders 2-0, and the Medford Raiders, playing a lot of Raiders. Medford Raiders 5-0, and that was earlier this week on Tuesday. And then last night, Waupaca, they were at home, thankfully, to battle the Lakeland Thunderbirds. A shout out to all the folks up in Hazelhurst and Minocqua and all those lovely towns up there. Oh yeah, thank you. So let's see, what was the score of that one? 10-1? No. Oh yeah, they won 4-1 last night. So look, since that season opening loss, they've been outscoring the competition 11-1. 2 shutouts. That's pretty impressive for Carson Jamieson, and obviously his team's doing a good job in front of him. Jamieson stopped 123 out of the 132 shots he faced coming into tonight. 93.2 save percentage. That's pretty impressive, and there's certainly no shame in losing to that Fox City team. As I mentioned, they look like a team to beat. They're off to a 4-0 start, including taking old Fondy Springs to the woodshed 10-1 earlier this year. Now, in terms of Waupaca's scoring, they have so far this year 2 5-point scorers and 5 2-point scorers. So senior forwards Colin Lockwood and Nate Hines, they're the 2 guys, 5 points each. And the other scorers include the guys with 2 points, include sophomore Finn McGuire and sophomore Reed Rogers, junior Blake Jones, junior Parker Saunders, and senior Thomas Teal. Now, this is a team that does have some upperclassmen, 5 senior skaters and 7 juniors, but they have a lot of underclassmen that are contributing. And the guys were pretty excited. The Waupaca players I talked to, they were pretty excited over their victory over Lakeland. And so, of course, the Lakeland Thunderbirds, they play out of Minocqua, up there in the Minocqua, Woodruff, Hazelhurst area, you know, Boulder Junction, all those fine towns up there. And a little bit of, I don't know, bad blood, frustration, whatever it might be. But it was the first time that Waupaca was able to beat those guys. I believe they said since 2018. They may have said 2017. Either way, the win was a long time coming. But it was a very chippy game. And late in the third period, the fists started to fly. 4 players got 5-minute major penalties for head contact with about 3 minutes left in that game. So hopefully we don't see anything like that out here tonight. And hey, if you're not able to make it down to the Oregon Ice Arena tonight, there's another chance for you to get out here tomorrow. The Panthers are going to host the Aquinas-Holman team from the La Crosse area. So La Crosse, Aquinas, and Holman co-op. They're coming down tomorrow night. JV is at 5. Varsity is at 7. And those guys, they're off to a 1-1 start. But hey, they're 1-0 against Wisconsin competition. They lost to a Minnesota team, of course, right there on the border. Winona got them earlier this year. You know, early in this season, Oregon has been pretty effective on the power play, scoring at a 37.5% clip coming into tonight. The penalty kill, you'd like to see it, 100% is impossible, right? But so 86.7% on the penalty kill. And, we talked about the Baraboo Portage game, but the story of that game may not have been, the 5 goals from Preston Crom or the 3 from Ethan Dish. It may have been the penalties. Oregon had 11 minor penalties, and senior forward Barrett Anderson got himself a 10-5. So 37 total penalty minutes for Oregon, and I believe there was 9 penalties for 18 penalty minutes by Baraboo. Oregon was 2 for 10 on the penalty kill, which is pretty good, especially when you consider that they killed a couple 5-on-3s, some extended 5-on-3 penalty killing. So, my favorite stat to track, of course, is penalty minutes. Barrett Anderson with that, 5 and 10, 5-minute major, checking, I think they called it checking from behind. It was a hit from behind. It wasn't the worst I ever saw, especially with the gamesmanship by the player that got hit, who he was 100% fine, but he laid on the ground for a little while. Sometimes you gotta do that, see if you can draw the penalty. And he did, but Oregon did a good job of killing that off. You give up the 2 power play goals to a good offensive team, but pretty impressive nonetheless. Out of the current Oregon players, Jack Clunn, of course, is the career leader in penalty minutes. He's up to triple digits if you count playoffs. He's up to 101 minutes coming into tonight. Very impressive. So Oregon, so far, before tonight's game, Preston Crom was the leading scorer with 5 total points, all on those goals against Baraboo. Ethan Dish had 4 points. Keaton DiMartino, 3. Jack Clunn and Desmond Kingsley with 2 each coming into tonight. And 7 other players have notched a point. So there's a little bit of an update. It's good to be back out on the ice watching these kids play. I think they're a well-coached group. They have a lot of senior leadership, a lot of experience on the coaching staff, a lot of experience amongst the players. And from what I've heard from most of the young players, they're having a good experience as well. The freshmen have been treated pretty nice for the most part. I haven't heard too many complaints out of them, so that's good. That's what you want. You want your senior leaders to show the young guys the right way to do things. And as I mentioned, 12 seniors on this team, a lot of good leadership in that locker room. So once again, before we start the second period, we're still 2.5 minutes out. But I do want to take that time to thank the sponsors of OCA Media. Again, OCA Media is a nonprofit organization. Rely on the sponsorship of individuals and businesses alike. And this Panther hockey game, as well as other OCA productions, are brought to you with the financial support of these sponsors: the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play; the Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community; the Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support the student athletes, so consider becoming a booster today. Additional sponsors include the Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition, working to ensure a safer, more nurturing community for young people to thrive. And One Community Bank, Shackelford Heating and Cooling, Stoughton Health, J.L. Richards Prime Meats and Catering, and Wisco Industries. That's all. I'll say this about J.L. Richards. You get one of those bacon wrapped tenderloins that they sell. Oh my goodness. That sounds fantastic right about now. But I get something almost as nice. I get I have some leftover roast beef, carrots, and potatoes waiting for me. Let's see if Viper brought me any French fries. Nope. I'm going to keep on walking. I'm out of luck. That's all right. I've got a candy bar in my pocket should I need it. All right, we're about a minute away from the start of the second period. The Panthers have come out of the locker room, as have the Comets. All right. I just got word that legendary Oregon Panther goaltender Nicholas Coulard is watching from UW Platteville. You know, it's you always wonder how a team's going to adjust and adapt year to year. And I mentioned the large group of seniors this year. You know, got to send a shout out to those 6 seniors that this program lost. You know, huge losses, all of them. One of the team captains last year, Easton Lindert, along with Owen Tauschik. Defenseman George Karasek and Ashton Wolf. And goaltenders Keaton Walker and Nicholas Coulard. A great group of seniors last year. Wish them all well. And if any of those Panther legends are in the house, you know, hopefully we'll see them come around at some point in time throughout the season. And we're back to action. Oregon getting that puck, wasting no time. Battling for the puck in the corner. We're going to have an icing on Waupaca as they send it all the way down. And I'm going to let this clock run down to the 16:38. All right. And Waupaca is able to get this one out of the zone. We're not going to have an icing this time. First man to the puck. Number 7 by Waupaca. Colin Lockwood. Oh, a good steal here by Ethan Dish. He's all alone. Saunders in pursuit, but Dish is going to put it away. The steal and the breakaway and the score. They got loud in here after that one. Maybe because I had the camera mic up too loud. I don't know. No, the fans loving it. That's how you want to start the period, with the big play. Ethan Dish trying to get himself another hat trick for the second game in a row. There's Chicky getting the puck over to the left wing. Shot made, and Deacon Johnson with the save, and then he's going to hop on top of that thing. Oh, they're giving Kingsley an assist on that last goal by Dish. He'll take it. Those defensemen like racking up the points when they can get them. Nice shot blocked. A shot by Emmerich. Ooh, good stick work there. I think that was Finn McGuire with the little theft of Preston Crom and keeping it in the zone. Yeah, Chicky trying to get that puck out. Getting it out to big Reed Rogers. He's unable to control. Here's Timmy Grice. Sending the puck over to Drew Yachman. Yachman, an all-conference soccer player as well. Got a lot of multi-sport athletes out here on the ice right now. Tim Grice, the starting center for the football team. I don't know what other sports Nicholas Schrader does, but he's it's nice to see freshmen getting some minutes, getting in there. I know out of the seniors, a couple of those guys got some shifts as freshmen. Jack Klung saw a lot of action. James Shervin saw a ton of action as a freshman. Scored a goal in the state title game as a freshman. A shorty nonetheless. There's Lockwood and Yachman battling for it. We'll call that a win for Yachman as he gets the puck over to the far side where Preston Crom had it momentarily. And we're going to have an icing call to bail out the Panthers because Lockwood was going to be the first man to the puck. Just didn't have those, didn't have the nitro pack to get that puck before it crossed the red line. Goal, assist. So here's Oregon back on the attack. Their passing has been really good tonight. They've been getting the puck around. Waupaca wants a call on Ethan Dish, but he was just shoving a guy with the puck out of his way. No harm done there. Now Kingsley controls the puck for Oregon, looking to get a playmaker award. I think he's got 2 assists already. I missed giving you guys some of the assists, so I'll recap the scoring here next whistle as Kingsley's shot goes high and wide. James Shervin in the corner, absorbing a big shot from Saunders. Zerwick getting it over to Kingsley. He's got some room to operate. His shot, I think that got through for a save. Oregon, are we going to get a too many men call there? As some players were going over to change, but I think we're just going to have a little bit of an icing. No. Inadvertent whistle. They're bringing it back out to center ice, it looks like. Wasn't sure what the call was there, and apparently there was no call. And the puck goes flying. Coach Cole Hefty almost had a chance to get his hand on that one. Well, it's a little too close and a little too hot. So we have 13:35 left in the second period. The Oregon Panthers are up 3-0. The first goal scored by Dawson Peterson and assisted by Jack Klun and Desmond Kingsley. The second goal, Ethan Dish from Shervin and Peterson. And the third goal was Ethan Dish from Desmond Kingsley. And Tim Grice steps up and sends the puck all the way down into the zone where Waupaca recovers. They get it out of the zone momentarily, and Canute Lee just sending it right back down. He's got some instructions for his teammates there. Lockwood in good position. He brings it into the zone, but good recovery, defensive recovery by Trey Zerwick to get in there and break up the chance, and then Lee sends it out of the zone. Now Lee with the puck gets it up to DiMartino. He was hoping he had somebody in the middle of the ice to get that puck. Taken away by Preston Crom, point blank score. The turnover deep in the zone by Waupaca leads to what should be an unassisted goal for Preston Crom. And that is at the 6:23 mark of the second period. Crom going for a ride there. No tripping call. Let's hope Preston's all right. He's a little slow to get up. He's skating over to the bench all right. I think that was just a case of Preston was a little too fast and the player wasn't able to get his stick out of the way rather than somebody reaching out and trying to trip an opponent. Waupaca sends it back into the zone. Trey Zerwick, the big senior, is going to pick that up. His pass tipped away by, is that Finn? No, Nate Hines. Hines and Kingsley introducing themselves to each other, and who's going to the penalty box now? This could be Desmond Kingsley with his, I believe, first penalty of the year. He's trying to get in that penalty minute race. Oops. Got a long way to go. Sounds like an interference call, if I heard that correctly. I forgot to look and watch for this signal from the official. So Oregon back on the penalty kill. The officials leaving the Oregon bench. Perhaps Coach Hefty wanted a little explanation. Not sure who's going to win the Austin Lewis Award this year for the Panthers for the fewest penalty minutes. A lot of contenders this early. Let's see what Oregon can do on the kill. Trey Zerwick battling two guys in the corner. Waupaca's going to come up with it. Turning a shot. Save made by Deacon Johnson. Sends that puck over to the far side boards. Canute Lee banging it off the boards as he's taken down from behind. It's a good hit by Teal. Trey Zerwick and Hines banging into each other in the corner. Zerwick going after the next guy. Anybody in blue is a target right now. James Shervin coming up with the puck. He's going to flip it out of the zone. Oh, good job by Saunders to get a hand up and keep it in. Zerwick finally sends it out for Oregon and all the way down. Shervin in pursuit. He's going to be the first man to the puck. Let's see what he decides to do with it. He's just, his pass attempt knocked away, but Drew Yachman chasing it down. He's going to kill some more time. Yachman's got the A on his sweater, one of the assistant captains. Blue recovers, and here come the Comets. They take a minute to settle things, but there's only 45 seconds left on the power play, and it's taken away by Oregon. Shervin and Zerwick doing some good work on the back end. And there goes Yachman again on the penalty kill. He was one of the top penalty killers on the Panthers last year. Usually teamed with Ethan Dish, and they're out there together right now. Along with Schrader and Grice. Comets unable to get much of anything going. They got that one shot early in the power play, and it's been quiet since then. 10 seconds left, and then Kingsley will be out of the box. Here's Dawson Peterson. He's skating with that puck, wasting those 10 seconds. Puts it right on the stick of Nicholas. Tips it forward. Taken away by Waupaca. Penalties over, even strength. We're back to 5-on-5 skating. Waupaca doing a good job keeping it in the zone there. Big number 27. I have to take a breath before I pronounce this name. Emric Tramatowski. He's got the silent Z in the name, which makes it tricky. Nice job by, was that Crom coming in to steal that puck? No, Shavy. Uh-oh. Comets with a 2-0 breakaway. Good pass, and Deacon Johnson recovers, gets a stick on it. Beautiful play by the goalie. Like to think that's going to be a confidence builder right there as he's keeping the clean sheet about halfway through this one. High stick by the Comets. Oregon trying to clear that puck. Finn McGuire got his stick up there a little bit too high. And so we're going to bring the face-off all the way down to the other end in front of Jamison. We've got about 9 minutes left in the second period. The Oregon Panthers with a 4-0 lead. Scoring early and often. And this puck's going to come all the way down. Nutley over there to gather. Tries to get it to Jack Klun, but there's a man in the middle in blue. Here comes Klun with the puck. He's got Ryberg out in front of him, but he's going to skate it out. McGuire unable to put a check on him. Here comes Klun. Oh, unable to go around Emmerich. Taken away by Rogers, and he's just going to send that puck down as Waupaca is going to change it up. Oregon has the deeper bench out here. Here comes Teal. His shot blocked by Lee. Good job by Nutt. He gets the puck out. Might have got a piece of the official on the way out. Slowing it down and giving Waupaca a chance to recover. Lockwood's shot doesn't get through. I think that got about as far as Knut Lee's legs. Panther didn't like that hit there. Was that Ryberg coming off the ice? Somebody getting a little piece of him as he released the puck. There's Hines and Zerwick battling. A couple of large hockey players. Preston Crom getting a stick on that one to keep it in the zone for the Panthers. Here comes Kitty. DiMartino has the puck poked away. Comes back to Trey Zerwick. He's got a C on his sweater. Over to Kingsley. His pass just a little bit past Crom. And Waupaca is going to ice that one. No, it's on net. No icing when it hits the goalie. The red line doing its job. Taking was a bit high. Waupaca clears, gathered by the senior defenseman Desmond Kingsley over to the other senior defenseman Trey Zerwick. His pass to Crom is a little bit wide, and that's going to go all the way down for an icing. I'm going to let this clock run down to 6:48. I'm keeping it within a minute of the actual time, you know, small victories. Schrader coming back on the ice for the Panthers along with Grice. A freshman and a senior out there working together on D. 3 senior forwards, Dish, Shervin, Peterson, the top line tonight. Here comes Shervin with the puck, skating around a Comet. The puck blocked, but Shervin gets it back. Instead of the point, he dumps it down to Dawson on the edge of the office. Peterson skates in front of the net, gets the puck poked away, but right back to the stick of Shervin. Now Waupaca is going to be able to clear, and they're just going to ice it again. With 6:24 left in the second period. So 6.5 minutes left in the second period. Oregon Panthers out to a 4-0 lead on the Waupaca Comets. And thank you for joining us here on OCA Media production of Panther Sports. That shot bounces off the side of the net there. Shervin trying to get a stick on it. But Waupaca is going to control 2-on-2. Gets it over to Lockwood. Lockwood's shot goes wide past Deacon Johnson's glove. Shervin trying to get that puck. Helps get it out of the zone. Oh, big hit laid on. Is that McGuire coming up? Saying hello to Ethan Dish right in front of the scorer's table. Peterson's going to bring the puck into the zone for Oregon. Looking for a man. He's got Dish. Dish lets the shot rip. Save made. Dish and McGuire battling over there. Peterson with the puck. Trying to center it to Shervin. Good defense by Emmerich to knock it away. Shervin gets the puck over. Blocked by a skate. Dish with the big Reggie Jackson swing. Doesn't connect. And we have an offside by the Panthers as they passed it into the zone. The puck was in the zone. The player was not, but he touched it with his stick. So we have an offside as there were some guys in the zone. Shervin not happy about that. Shavy, Anderson, and Osterhaus line out here now. Oh, I'm sorry, Mueller's out there. The freshman, James Mueller, he had a nice game in the JV. I think he got the third goal in the JV's 3-0 win over Waupaca's JV. Kingsley putting a big hit on Blake Jones. Oh, Blake Jones retaliating. He didn't like that hit. Kingsley might have been holding his stick a little bit as Jones was trying to get away, but Jones is going to the box. Interference is going to be this call. Kingsley with a little gamesmanship, earning the Panthers a power play. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't Kingsley. That was just Jack Klun, number 5. Kingsley's 15, Klun is 5. So Jack Klun needs to get credit for that big hit. And the extra effort, taking a few shots to earn his team a power play. Klun's still trying to shake off those hits, it looks like. But he's tough. He's about as tough as they come. I've seen Klun take some hits that would end a lot of careers, and he's still out there balling. I'm not sure if that's a hockey term or not. Sometimes my basketball background vernacular pops up. Oh, big hit, and we have Dawson Peterson down and hurt. Took a headshot there. Shervin's trying to recover Dawson's stick. He gives a little slash. We got some bad blood forming here, and that'll happen when one of your teammates takes a big hit. You want to stand up for your teammate, so I've got no problem with Shervin putting a little slash on Finn McGuire. A sophomore defenseman, but McGuire doesn't look like a sophomore. 6'1", 180. He's tall and he's solid out there. The ref just having some words with Shervin, but they're not going to put him in the penalty box. Wasn't a big enough slash. It was enough to let you know that, hey, man, you can't do that to my teammate, but not enough to draw a penalty. So I kind of, we definitely had this discussion with some of the players after the Baraboo game. I mentioned that there were 37 penalty minutes for Oregon, 11 minors and 1 major. And, there's 2 ways a game can go, right? And this is in terms of penalty and in terms of the level of physicality. You can have a game where nothing's getting called, and it's really dangerous for player safety, and you want the refs to tighten it up. We were still going there? Oh, I thought all right, thanks, Miles. I'll get this fixed here. We actually have 4:33 left in the period. I'll have that on the clock here in about 2 seconds. But then it seemed like the refs at the Baraboo game, and at the start of the game, I thought, hey, this is great. They're calling a nice, tight game. But I think you can get to a point, and this is what an opinion that I heard over these last couple days, you can get to a point where you're calling so many penalties that the players are like, I'm going to get called for anything anyway. I might as well get my money's worth and put somebody on their tuchus. And there was a bit of there was a shot after the whistle and a little bit of a end of the period action at the end of the, I think it was the second period of that Baraboo game. And Oregon started the third, I believe, with 2 guys in the box from the end of that. And that may have been a 5-on-3 or a 4-on-3. It's tough to remember. But so Waupaca has 1:36 left on their penalty. Oregon still on the power play. 5-on-4 hockey. I think Dawson's all right, hopefully. Dawson Peterson, a senior defender. A senior forward. Led Oregon in assists last year. Waupaca right at the blue line, poking that puck out. Back to Shervin. Yep, Peterson's still on the ice, so he's okay. Just got his bell rung a little bit. He's another tough kid. Oregon looking to set it up. They have 1:05 left on the man advantage. Shervin with the puck, their most explosive offensive player. He's unable to get it into the zone. Good job by Waupaca at the blue line. Long pass, just a bit wide, and we're going to have an icing. So we're going to have a face-off in front of Deacon Johnson with 49 seconds left on the power play and 3:42 left in the second period. The Oregon Panthers with a 4-0 lead on the Waupaca Comets here at this WIAA hockey action on a Friday night. here courtesy of OCA Media. Oregon Community Access. Crom with a great centering pass. Shavy gets a couple shots off. A couple quick saves made by Jamison. The senior Carson Jamison, he's given up 4 goals, but he's made a lot of nice saves as well. Oregon doing a good job of keeping the pressure up, really, from the opening minutes of this game. And Crom loses his stick, but he's able to play some good defense in the process and force a turnover. Teal loses the puck, and here comes Oregon on the attack. Kingsley with the puck on his stick. He's trying to get around Saunders. Gets it down low to Zerwick. Back up to Kingsley near the circle. He gets it over to Preston Crom at the point. Ooh, good deflection. And Oregon puts the power play goal home. I think Kellen Shavy got that one. An assist for sure for Crom, and maybe a second assist for Kingsley. Junior forward, Kellen Shavy. Power play goal. The time of the goal is 14:11 in the second period. That was a good shift for Shavy. He got a lot of action in front of the net. Multiple shots for him on that possession. Here's Shervin with the puck. I think they announced unassisted, so I guess the touches that the Comets got in there, I thought you'd give that an assist to Crom at least, but what do I know? I'm just a guy that likes to watch hockey. There's Schrader firing from distance, or is that, yep, his shot goes a little bit wide, kept in the zone by Tim Grice. He gets it to the middle. Ethan Dish. McGuire trying to put a hit on the freshman. Good job by Nicholas to duck out of the way. Dawson Peterson with the puck for the Panthers. Sends it over to the freshman. He tries to get it down low to Ethan Dish. Waupaca is almost able to clear it. Shervin with a good job of, first off, keeping it in the zone, and second of all, dodging a big hit. But that's going to lead to a breakaway and a goal for the Comets. Colin Lockwood, the senior forward, he was in the right place at the right time. And Waupaca's on the board. And Deacon's going to have to wait another day for his first shutout. The time of Lockwood's goal, if you're keeping score, is 15:02. And we're just under 2 minutes. Just under 2 minutes here in the second period. Let's see if Waupaca is able to get anything going, get some momentum after that first goal. They're on the attack again. Point blank shot and a save made by Deacon. Another good save by Johnson. That was a good test. But that one gets in from distance. I'm pretty sure that one's going to be courtesy of Blake Jones. Unless someone else tipped it on the way in. Jones fired an absolute rocket a few feet in from the blue line. Five to 2. So a little bit of a turnaround. Oregon scored the first 5 goals of this game. Waupaca with 2 in the last minute here. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this period ends. Jack Klund battling with Lockwood. Takes him down. The puck's underneath him. Oregon's going to come up with that puck. Dawson Peterson on the attack. He's got Shervin to his left. Instead, he goes around Saunders and gets a good point-blank shot right into the chest of Jamison. Save made and held. 1:03 left in the second period. Oregon up 5 to 2. they'll be looking to retake momentum, and a 3-goal lead is still it's better than. Well, Rogers in pursuit of the puck, but Jack Klund for Oregon gets there first, sends it deep. Waupaca trying to push it out of the zone, unable to. Ethan Dish with the puck. Shervin was the one that initially kept that in the zone. And we have a whistle for something. A hand pass? I'm not sure what. Oh, we have a player with their helmet off. That'll get the whistle blown every time. Player safety issue. Anytime a helmet's off, that whistle blows right away. Not sure what happened to Ethan Dish, but he's got his bucket back on as him and his line head over to the bench. Yachman, Crom, and DiMartino line is out now. Oh, apparently I right-clicked instead of left-clicked, middle-clicked. We have 39 seconds left in the period. And a big hit by Jack Klund puts a Waupaca Comet down, and then hitting right back. Oh, hitting a man with a helmet off. Come on, 27. You can't do that. Oh, we got Preston Crom getting into it. It's getting real chippy here in this last minute of the period. Some guys by Oregon trying to prevent any further stuff. Keaton DiMartino taking a shot. So Jack Klund had a big hit on somebody. And so somebody for the Comets retaliated, hit Keaton DiMartino, knocked his hat right off. And then Preston Crom and another guy just about threw hands. And thankfully the officials and some calmer heads from some of the players got involved and made sure this one didn't get totally out of control. But either way, we're going to have a couple guys with some penalty minutes as a result of this. Jack Klund in the box right now. Nobody's in there for Waupaca. And maybe it won't be because Klund's time is up on the board. So instead of matching minors, maybe we'll have a power play for Waupaca. Whoops. 29 seconds left in the period. The officials are still discussing, trying to figure it out. I mean, I would think that whoever came in and hit DiMartino and knocked his hat off would also get a trip to the box. I mean, it was well after the whistle, and it was a pretty big hit. Instead, we're just going to get Klund 2 minutes for roughing. And just to go back on that earlier play, they did give Preston Crom an assist. I had a hard time hearing it, and I thought I heard unassisted. So Preston Crom did get the assist on Kellen Shavy's goal. And that was the goal that made it 5-0. And since then, Lockwood and Jones have come back with goals for Waupaca to make it 5-2. And we just had, I think, our first official fracas of the game. And the first one of the season here at the Oregon Ice Arena. It's a very chippy end of the period. We've seen some big hits. Just a few minutes ago, Dawson Peterson took a big hit as he was in front of the Waupaca goalie. That was in the field of play. No penalty was called on that one. And the little bit of retaliation that we saw after that big hit also went unpenalized. And kind of what we were saying earlier, so sometimes you get a big hit and you get some players looking to either protect their teammates or get revenge, whatever you want to call it. And it seems like if some of those things don't get called, they get more and more intense. And so the officials here decided to finally call one and put Jack Klund in the box for a roughing. And Oregon's back on the penalty kill. They're sending out their top penalty killing unit of Dish, Yachman, Zerwick, and Kingsley to try and keep Waupaca off the board in these last 26 seconds. A shot and a redirect are both blocked, and here comes Yachman with a chance, shorthanded. He's hit and taken off his feet, and there's going to be a penalty against Waupaca. I thought that was a clean one, but the ref is calling tripping. It was just a case where the defender was going back, trying to get in position. Yachman made a move, and he draws the penalty on Jones. So good bit of skating by Yachman. This certainly wasn't your standard trip. It was just Yachman skated, changed directions and got his legs taken out. So good move by Drew Yachman, the senior. One of the fastest soccer players in Dane County, my goodness. Was second team All Badger Conference. And by the way, while we're talking about all conference selections, 3 of these Panther hockey players were all conference last year. I believe Jack Klun was a first team defenseman, and James Shervin was a second team forward, and Dawson Peterson was an honorable mention forward. As we come to the end of the period, Oregon with a 5-2 lead, and we'll come back to 4-on-4 hockey to start the third in about 15 minutes here on this OCA Media production of Panther hockey. So I'd just like to remind you folks listening that, hey, as a nonprofit organization, OCA Media relies on the generous financial support of our local business partners and donations from regular old viewers like you. So please donate today, because we can't do this without your support. Our funding has been decreasing, and we want to continue to provide you with quality programming. Please visit ocamedia.com for more information, because these programs here at OCA Media reach thousands of viewers, and we have over 4,500 YouTube subscribers. So feel free to sign up on YouTube, click those notifications, and you'll never miss any of the Panthers sports live streams that we offer. All right, I'm going to take a little break here, and we'll be back on the mic in about 5 minutes. Good evening, hockey fans. It's been an exciting game so far, and we're about less than 3 minutes to the start of the third period. Hey, if you're just tuning in, there's been a lot of action. It looked like it might be a one-sided game tonight. The Oregon Panthers had 2 in the first and then 3 in the second to take a 5-0 lead. And then with about 2 minutes left, just under 2 minutes left in the second period, Waupaca got on the board and they scored back-to-back goals to make it 5-2. And then the big hits started flying. Helmets were getting knocked off of guys' heads. And we currently have 2 guys in the penalty box, and we're going to start with some 4-on-4 hockey here in the third period. Definitely got chippy at the end of the second, so we shall see if the Oregon Panthers can regain the momentum that they had. They really dominated the first 30 minutes of this action. Took that 5-goal lead and were putting constant pressure on Waupaca's defense and on senior goalie Carson Jamieson. Jamieson's been making saves left and right for the Comets tonight. Deacon Johnson's been doing his part for Oregon. He's stopped a couple of breakaways already. And, man, he looked like he might be cruising on his way to a shutout. But Colin Lockwood scored at 15:02 of the second period. And then Blake Jones scored less than a minute later. So we'll see who brings the momentum into the third period, and we'll see if it's going to be a clean game or if it's going to be, Hanson Brothers tryouts here. So before we start the third period, I did want to thank all the wonderful sponsors that bring you this Panther hockey event, courtesy of OCA Media, and bring all the other great content that OCA Media provides. It's not just Panther sports, but anything for the Oregon community. You should check out some of Frank Caruso's great work and the videos he puts together, community spotlights. And so I do want to take some time in this last 30 seconds here to thank the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play, the Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. The Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition, working to ensure a safer, more nurturing community for young people to thrive. Additional sponsors of OCA Media include One Community Bank, Shackelford Heating and Cooling. Hey, that's important this time of year. You got to make sure those furnace filters are clean. Give Shackelford a call. Stoughton Health, J.L. Richards Prime Meats and Catering, and Wisco Industries. And folks, if you didn't know, if you're hard-pressed for some lunch here anywhere near Oregon, come on into J.L. Richards. They have tater tot casserole on Wednesdays, chili mac on Thursdays, and all kinds of other good lunches you can get on the go. There's more than just McDonald's and Burger King here in town. So thank you again for tuning in to this OCA Media production of Panther Hockey. Oregon off to a 2-0 start. Waupaca off to a 4-1 start. Oh no, correction, 3-1 start. 2 good hockey teams battling it out. Oregon's had the upper hand up until the last 2 minutes, as Waupaca's looking to make it interesting. The players are back out on the ice. Waupaca's going to start with Lockwood, Hines, McGuire, and I can't quite see the number or the name on the other defenseman there. Maybe Garrett Grunman? Oh, no. Emmerich Trebekowski. And the Panthers are going to answer with Ethan Dish, Desmond Kingsley. Scratch that. They're going to start with Desmond Kingsley, Trey Zerwick at defense, James Shervin, and Dawson Peterson at forward. Jack Klun's heading over to the penalty box for the Panthers. Blake Jones is in the box for the Comets. Klun is going to get out first. He's got 1:31 left to serve. And now that the clock's moving, just about 1:40 left for Blake Jones. There's Kingsley with the puck in front of the net, battling with Lockwood. Lockwood's going to come up with this one. He skates it back into his defensive end, looking for a pass. Instead, he's going to keep that puck. Now he taps it forward, gets it right back. Nice little give and go with Nate Hines. Shot goes wide. Now that shot saved by Deacon Johnson using the stick, sends it high up into the net. And we're going to have a stoppage. 16 and a half left in the period. We're going to get this face-off in front of the junior goalie for the Panthers, Deacon Johnson. He's looked pretty good out here. And we're back to action. Oregon gets it out of the zone. Trebekowski gathers it for the Comets. They send it up, and there's going to be an icing. And we're going to have another stoppage. 16-19. In the second period. 50 seconds left on Jack Klun's penalty. 1:05 left on Blake Jones' penalty. And what's going on here? McGuire going over to the box. I missed this one. We have a little misconduct here, maybe? I didn't see it during the course of play, so I don't know if somebody said something. The official's over having a conversation with the Comets coach. The Comets are coached by Forrest Wright. And it looks like he's running things solo today. No assistance for him. Pretty mild-mannered. He seemed to be getting along. He did the JV game as well. So we're going to have a 4-on-3 power play. And I didn't hear what the penalty call was, but and I decided not to look. I was looking elsewhere, so I apologize. But either way, Oregon on the power play. Kingsley right in front of the net to Yachman. Point-blank shot is saved. Now a shot by Dish goes wide. And the Comets clear the zone. Send it all the way down behind Deacon Johnson. Trey Zerwick is going to chase this down for the Panthers. And he gets it over to Dish, coming up the far side boards. Dish locks and loads. His shot is blocked by Saunders. Taps it back out to Zerwick. Gets it over to Kingsley at the point. Kingsley steps up. Nice little shot/pass option. Drew Yachman got a stick on it to redirect, but the save was made. Here's Kingsley with the puck. Point blank. Well, not point blank. Shot from the circle. Goes right into the chest of the goalie. And Oregon back on the attack. It was 5-on-3. Now it's 5-on-4 as Jones steps out of the box. He's going to stay on the ice and put some pressure on. Zerwick gets it over to Dawson Peterson. He gets it up to James Shervin into the zone. Shervin looks. He's met by a couple defenders. Teal came in, the second guy in, and took him down. Great pass by Shervin. Just a foot past Peterson's stick, or that would have been a sure thing goal. Good shot by Klun. Gobbled up, save made by Carson Jamieson. Because I think that was Carter Oltman earlier, the number I was looking for. As he was, how many Oltmans do we have? We have a Colin Oltman and a Carter Oltman out here for the Panthers. I'm assuming that those guys are brothers. Could be cousins. Shervin with a hard shot that goes wide. His rebound attempt also goes wide, and we have a whistle. Did we lose a puck? Yeah, I think we lost a puck. We got one back, and we're going to have a face-off in front of Jamieson on the near side circle. So Carter Oltman coming off the ice. Shervin's going to take this face-off for the Panthers. He wins it, gets the shot from right on top of the netminder. Stick save made, and that thing goes flying up into the net, and I think we just lost another puck. Linesman heading over from from the scorer's table. He's got the one straight out of the ice bath. And here's a chance for the Comets. Who's going to get there first? Deacon steps out of the crease to play that puck and prevent the shot. Colin Lockwood was bearing down on him. Here comes Shervin the other way for the Panthers. He puts the brakes on just inside the blue line. Taken away by Hines. Now here comes Hines on the attack in the battle of 18s. He gets a shot off, save made by Johnson. Here comes 18 for Oregon, Drew Yachman. Rogers just swinging his big stick around like crazy. Gets lucky. Shervin takes him down. That probably should be a trip, but no call. Rogers upset about that. Shervin came in from behind. He got his stick on the puck, but he also used his body and took out the legs of Rogers as Shervin went down. Certainly no intent there. Rogers trying to get some revenge. He feels wrong, so he just tried to decapitate Drew Yachman over here. Rogers, one of the guys that got the 5-minute majors at the end of the game last night for Waupaca. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Panthers need one more if they want 5. So here comes Barrett Anderson to join Preston Crom and James Mueller on the forward line. Zerwick and Kingsley back there on defense. And looks like Thomas Teal's going to take this face off against Crom, and he wins it. Wins it back to the boys in blue, but they turn the puck over as that pass is stolen by Zerwick. Teal's on him. He gets it up ahead. Zerwick gets it up ahead to Barrett Anderson, dumps it into the zone. Mueller giving chase for Oregon. He gets it over to Anderson, working the puck around the boards. Trey Zerwick coming in to keep it in. Mueller looking for someone in front of the net, nobody home. So he goes back to the corner with it. Here comes Desmond Kingsley, unable to get that puck, and here comes Lockwood the other way. Trey Zerwick with some good help, helping out his defense mate, breaking up that scoring chance. Good job by Trey. And here comes Kellen Shavy. He's got a goal tonight, power play goal. Sends it over to line mate Barrett Anderson, who tips it ahead to Zerwick. Good play by Barrett, good smart touch pass. Oregon's able to dump and change. Here comes some fresh bodies on the ice. Waupaca unable to maintain possession. It's going to come down. Tim Grice racing for that puck. He beats Brogan Hurt to it. But Waupaca able to keep it in the zone momentarily. Let's see here. Good job by Hurt to get that stick again as he was traveling out for a line change. Kept it in there for his teammates. Here's Teal with the puck. He's met by Dish. Jars the puck loose. Schrader for Oregon. Over to Grice. Now to Dawson Peterson. Peterson brings it across center ice. Sends it ahead to Ethan Dish, who I think got in the zone just a split second early. And we're going to have an offside call with 11:50 left in the third period. 5-2 is your score here in the third period of this WIAA action. The 2-0 Oregon Panthers versus the 3-1 Waupaca Comets. There's James Shervin giving chase. Ethan Dish working the puck over to Dawson Peterson. Now Dish in the corner. Gets it back to Peterson behind the net. Looking for an outlet. He's got defense all over him. It looks like Saunders swallows up Peterson. Forces the puck loose to Hines. Schrader with a good job keeping it in the zone. That thing was half an inch from being out. Waupaca sends it down. Tim Grice retrieves for Oregon. Gets it up to Dish. Bounces it off the boards. James Shervin's going to get that puck. He slows it down. Good decision by Shervin, but his pass intercepted by Lockwood. Lockwood's been everywhere for the Comets. His shot goes wide. Good job keeping it in. Saunders. There's a pretty thin bench for Waupaca. These guys are logging a lot of minutes. Oregon with a little bit of a deeper bench. The fourth line's got a couple shifts tonight, and the third line's got some action. Here's their second forward line with Yachman. Drew Yachman with some nice moves, but he's 1-on-5 down there. Just trying to buy some time for Preston Crom to get in the zone. Crom taken down hard. That was a hard hit, and Crom is down. And the refs are going to stop play. as Crom was skating up in front of the net trying to get a shot off. He had 2 defenders on him. Well, the first one was right on him, and the second one came in and hit him hard. Sent him to the ice, and the trainer's out there to take a look. Let's hope that Preston's all right. He's taken some big hits already this year. Explosive sophomore forward coming off a 5-goal game. And he had the 4th goal of the game for Oregon tonight. He also assisted on Shavy's goal. So Waupaca is going to get a penalty for this one. Finn McGuire is going to spend 2 minutes in the box. Oh, I'm sorry. He's hit with a 5-minute major. So Crom is back on his feet, or on his skates. He's getting a round of applause from his teammates as well as all the spectators, Waupaca fans and Oregon fans alike. He's looks like he took one under the chin. Getting helped off the ice by the trainer and the safety coordinator. Preston's definitely hurting, though. I think Crom's night might be over. And Mrs. Crom is coming over to check on her son. As Mr. Zerwick, the safety coordinator and one of the principals here in the Oregon School District, professional educator, and the father of number 8, Trey Zerwick, and former Oregon Panther legend Ty Zerwick. And speaking of those former legends, I just want to clear the air on last year's number 1 goalie, Nicholas Coulard. He is not drinking. That's not his thing. He's only a freshman in college. And I didn't mean to cast any aspersions or anything that would look negative upon you, so I'm sorry, Nicholas, for even suggesting that. I just know, I thought that's what college kids did on a Friday night. Oh, a great centering pass from Dawson Peterson to Keaton DiMartino. Couldn't put it away, but Oregon still controls as Ethan Dish, has it taken away by Hines. Hines got a step. Let's see, he'll be able to get a shot off, and he does, and it's gloved by Deacon Johnson. Great save by the junior. And someone wants penalties called both ways. I'm not sure who's shouting that. We've reached the point of the game where random yells are coming from both sides as everybody wants a penalty called. 10 minutes and 3 seconds left in this game, as Jack Klun sends the puck over to Keaton DiMartino, gets it up to Dawson Peterson. Once again, Oregon's passing right on point. They're putting it right on the blade of the stick more often than not tonight. Peterson skates around, dumps it off to James Shervin. Oregon's got 5 minutes of power play to work with, and of course on a major penalty, these like we have with this 5-minute variety. Even if Oregon scores a power play goal, 52 doesn't get out of the box, so Saunders is going to be in there. I'm sorry, Finn McGuire is going to be in there no matter what. Peterson with trying the little sneaky wraparound, and Ethan Dish is right there for the rebound. So we're going to have a 9 from 10. I'm not sure if there's a second assist on that one, but 1, 2, back-to-back hat tricks for the senior Ethan Dish. The power play goal, the time of the power play goal is 7:38 of the third period. So Trey Zerwick, normally a defenseman, he's taking this face-off. This is something that I can't say exactly how long Oregon hockey's been doing this, but I know that a few years ago they started when I believe Kyle Barnish was a senior defenseman. He started going down low, playing. Oh, they gave an assist to number 5, Jack Klund. I didn't even see that one, so I'm not sure, but either way. Yeah. If you heard the interference calls, yeah, Oregon just got away with an interference in front of the net, but it wasn't a big hard hit, just a little bit of a collision. It looked like a pick play on an NFL game. But anyways, Oregon started putting the defenseman at center and putting them down low on the power play, and it worked out really well. It was one of the changes that Oregon made, and I believe that was the year that they made it all the way to the title game. The Division II state title game fell 5-1 to New Richmond. But great playoff run, and that was really part of it. And we've seen it off and on since then. We saw it last year. I think they tried it with George Karasek, who's in the house tonight. Saw George. I saw another former Panther defenseman out there. Brock Buskagger's out here tonight, taking in the Friday night hockey action. Here comes Klund with the puck. He gets it over to, he gets it past Peterson and back to Ethan Dish. And here comes Klund again, working it over to James Shervin in the right circle. His shot is deflected and goes out of play. And let's get another puck. Hopefully there's one left in the ice bucket out there. Okay, I'm going to turn the is that too much? Yeah, that was a little too much. This we got the microphone here on the camera is working well, I think. All right, so we're just under 8 minutes left here. Let's get this clock going. As the Panthers battle the Comets, senior defenseman Jack Klund making a move, trying to get around Reed Rogers, and he does. Gets it down low to Dawson Peterson. Out high to Shervin. Shot ripped and a save made by Jamison. Back to Peterson behind the net, working in the office. He brings it in. Oh, I thought he almost bounced that one in off Jamison. Save made. And Ethan Dish gets it back to Peterson. And Ethan Dish is just racking up the goals tonight. He got another one. His fourth of the evening. This one definitely from Peterson. I thought Peterson had the last assist. It was actually Jack Klund. But this one should be Dish from Peterson, also on the same power play. So the major penalty committed by Waupaca that injured Preston Crom has cost him 2 goals already. Seven minutes left on the clock. There's Desmond Kingsley, gets it out to Trey Zerwick behind. He touched it behind the red line, so we're going to have an icing on Oregon. And with 6:58. Sometimes there might be a 2-second discrepancy between what you see on the clock at home and what you see on the clock here. That's just blame it on frozen fingers, if you will. So just under 7 minutes left. Oregon had a 5-0 lead. Now the 5-goal lead is back at 7-2. Waupaca trying to center that puck in front of the net. Good defense by Drew Yachman to break up a scoring chance by Hines. Now Yachman with the puck. He's got Shavy and Zerwick out in front of him. Shavy gets it back to Yachman, dumps it back to Schroeder, but Schrader up against the wall. A little too hot for him. That's the thing about making those blind passes. If the player isn't where you expect. But Oregon able to recover, maintain possession, get it back in the zone. They're switching out some bodies. And they still have 50 seconds of power play to deal with here. As Dawson Peterson getting pressured with the puck, and Waupaca is able to take it away and send the puck down. Of course, when you're shorthanded at the high school level, you can send that puck all the way down the ice. Now, if you try doing that in a youth game, you'll get called for icing. I think that USA Hockey wants the kids to develop their skills rather than just relying on dumping the puck all the time. Very feisty by Finn, what's Jones's first name? Blake Jones. I think Finn Jones is a Hollywood actor. Blake Jones out there, he's having a feisty shift. He's looking to hit somebody. James Shervin shot goes wide. Jack Klun's going to gather that. Power play's over. We have some 5-on-5 hockey again as Edmonds wipes out as he was trying to make a play. Shervin sends it ahead to DiMartino. He takes a shot, save made, but the high dangerous bounce almost led to another putback chance for the Panthers. Instead, Jamison hops on that puck for a stoppage with 5:12 left on the game clock here in the third period of this WIA hockey between the Oregon Panthers of the Badger Conference and the Waupaca Comets here on OCA Media. And Jack Klun trying to use his foot skills, but Hines takes it away, gets it out of the zone. Nutley trying to get it ahead, trying to get it past the beast. Big Reed Rogers. And he does. But here's Lockwood. He's been the most dangerous guy with the puck on his hand. He takes a big hit from Jack Klun. And then another big hit and another big hit. Shavy and Mueller on the receiving end of those from Hines and, I missed Hines and somebody. Laying the lumber. Mueller's just going to send that one down wisely. Barrett Anderson giving chase. He taps it over. A little wraparound chance for Dish. He's not able to get his 18th goal of the night, whatever we're at. I think he's at 4. So I guess unable to get his 5th goal of the night there. That was close. Oh, the clock's going here. Clock. We don't do running clock in high school, do we? It's a 5-goal game, but we didn't do running clock earlier in the game. Jack Klun noticed it. He asked the official about it, and they, I don't know, maybe they want to get this one over with before somebody gets hurt. Or maybe we do running clock in high school. I don't know. I'll find out, and I'll get back to you next game. Actually, next game, I won't be here tomorrow night. You guys are in for a treat. We have the great Zach Seeloff out here tomorrow, and he's bringing somebody with him. I'm not sure who, but, you know, if you follow Badger hockey, you might recognize Zach's name. He's part of the radio broadcast team for Badger women's hockey, and he's been out here at the Oregon Ice Arena in years past. I had the pleasure of riding shotgun as he did a game here last year, and I know he's done other games in the past. Yeah, I know we're off on the time. I'm just I'll get this back. So yeah, Zach Seeloff will be here tomorrow night to call the game as Aquinas Holman. So that's La Crosse Aquinas and then Holman. Those two teams, or those two schools, have a co-op team, and they'll be down tomorrow night. 5 o'clock junior varsity, and then I wish we did the JV games. That's some good hockey out there too, but varsity only at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Good pursuit by Drew Yachman to block that shot from Oltman. Good save by Deacon using the leg pads. Yachman hits the board hard with Oltman there. Oh, Dawson Peterson in the box for Oregon with the unsportsmanlike. So Oregon's going to try and kill this penalty. Probably not the worst thing in the world to be shorthanded in the final minutes of a game where you have a big lead. You can ice that puck all you want, and if the other team decides to pull their goalie, which usually doesn't happen with a 5-goal deficit, you know, you can take shots at the empty net all you want and not have to worry about icing. But Oregon still has a 5-goal lead. Here comes Lockwood, bracing for the hit from Kingsley, and he does. They maintain possession, but a bit of a whiff on the big windup. Got a piece of it, but it just kind of died. That looks like one of my golf drives right there. Swing as hard as you can, the ball goes a foot in front of you. People are getting some big hits in here in these final couple of minutes. Kingsley trying to get a hit in on Lockwood. A moment ago, Zerwick put a hit in on somebody. Blake Jones is out there. He's not afraid of hitting somebody. Oh, Rogers trying to put a hit on Dish. Instead, Oregon just sends the puck down on net. Stolen by Dish. He's looking for number 5. He wants to do what Preston Crom did. Shervin instead with the shot. Save made by Jamison. Nice move by Jack Klund to avoid Reed Rogers. He gets it down low to Dish, and Dish puts it home. No, waved off. Everybody thought it was in, and now the second one was in. So I thought that Dish put it in off the pass from whoever passed it to him, but I think that the I don't know what, I'm not sure, because I thought that that second signal was for a goal. So we do have a goal for Oregon. I lost track of things there, folks, so I don't think it was Dish initially. Somebody else came in there and cleaned in the rebound. Might have been Jack Klund. Either way, it's 8-2. No, I had that backwards. Dish did get the goal, shorthanded goal, and Jack Klund with the assist. And we have a minute 23 left in this one. We're just about done. Oregon's going to go to 3-0, and Waupaca's going to fall to 3-2. Again, there's more hockey tomorrow night. If you're in the area, come on down to the Oregon Ice Arena. Get here by 5 o'clock for some JV action, and stay for the varsity. Here comes Yachman with the puck for Oregon. He lets it rip, and he hits the post. And Blue's going to have a rush here, but it's broken up by Jack Klund as he delivers a hit, and he's getting called for something. Unless we're calling an offside. No, Jack Klund's going back to the box. No, Canute Lee's going to the box. A little bit of confusion here. Not by the official. He knows what he's calling. He's calling a roughing on Canute Lee. Captain Trey Zerwick trying to get an explanation from the officials. Either way, there's less than a minute. And I think that this one is safe for Oregon at 8-2. You just don't want to see any extracurriculars or someone trying to get their money's worth before this game gets over. So out on the ice for the Panthers to finish this one off, Klund, Mueller, Shavy, and Zerwick. And Zerwick immediately gets that puck off the face-off win by Shavy, sends it all the way down. Mueller given pursuit. Mueller's backhand shot is saved by Jamison. Good job by Shavy to steal that puck and get it up to the freshman. Here comes Hines. Pressured by Shavy. Good job by Shavy to break up that shot attempt. And here's Jack Klund with the puck. He's going to flip it high into the air off the glove of Saunders. If Jack would have went any higher, he might have hit the rafters. But Klund with the puck, and he's going to send this one down, keep this one on the ice, and send it all the way down as the final seconds tick off. Mueller keeping the puck in the zone, as does Shavy. And Fleming gets off one last shot, and Oregon is victorious over the Waupaca Comets. The final score tonight, 8-2. Hey, thank you for tuning in to this OCA Media production. again, we'd love to have your support so we can keep bringing you Oregon Panthers sporting events. So visit OCAmedia.com and find a way to help keep all these great programs running. Again, tonight's final, 8-2. The Oregon Panthers with an offensive explosion. They scored 9 earlier this week and 8 today, so we'll see what they can do tomorrow night as they take on Aquinas-Holman. Tune in on OCA Media tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Thank you very much. I'm Matt Kingsley. Have a good night.